All right. Oh, some my. What's going on, YouTube? Bearded back, and tonight we're finishing up Dead Space 3. I don't care how long it takes, I will finish it tonight just because I've got other games that I want to play. And yeah, I feel like we're in a good spot in the game that, yeah, screw it. And it's Friday? Shit. Yeah, we're gonna freaking we'll crush this. So, um, yeah, yeah, if I remember correctly, like we're like right around 70%. So, why not? Um, yeah, yeah. Let's just go ahead and get right into it. I wonder what the rest like if I'm only at like 25% of the achievements that are unlocked. So, I'm not sure exactly how many there are in total, but yeah. Go ahead and shut the music off. And oh yeah, can't play this with the lights on. There we go. Much better. About the only light that's on is my my bedroom light. So, okay, yeah, 71.3%. Word. Yes, I know. Quit. Like, I don't need the warning every time I play the game. It should be like, God, dude. Like, I get it. I'm retarded and I have a very short memory, but or a very shit memory, really. But yeah, I really don't need. Yeah, I don't need what's it called? Like constant reminders of the same thing over and over and over again. Okay, so this is right. Okay, gotchas. Gotchas. And I know I don't really necessarily need to worry too much about shooting those things because they don't do anything if I don't attack them. It's really only whenever I attack them that they like disperse and launch the things. I'm not even really sure what those like small necromorphs are called, really. But all right, I'm gonna go ahead and reload. Oh, that's the red light that I saw. Oh, what the hell happened there? I got caught in a corner, brother. Ah. Okay, so you're gonna run away from me, huh? Oh, that's a... Brother, how many shots are you gonna miss, Isaac? Just fucking kill the damn thing. Okay, see, you guys keep coming around from other... Oh, I see what happens. Alright, dog. Come on, poke your head out. Alright. Alright, cool. We cleared that out. Yeah.
The invasive growth in this area has made it difficult to make much progress. Dig teams continue to get caught in the ancient, sticky webbing. There is no doubt in my mind that the devices above are essential to the configuration of this alien machine. Based on my observations of the alien script, it could be a sort of amplifier made to boost the signal or power source when properly aligned.
Okay, makes sense. Good God, I keep getting lower and lower in ammo. Alright. Let's see what we've got coming up next here. Progressive. Oh, yeah, I'll take it. 2 rate of fire and 2 damage. Alright, now that I got some time.
Alright, just got the power line. Looks like it opened another activation terminal. We're getting closer to fixing this machine, Carver.
I don't like that Carver didn't respond.
Isaac, what are you doing?
Finishing something that should have been done a long time ago.
Well, stop it. You're tampering with things you know nothing about.
Right back at you, jackass.
Yeah? Okay, so we go back down. Alright. Well. Man. Alright. Crushing it so far.
The invasive growth in this area has made it difficult to make much progress. Dig teams continue to get caught in the ancient, sticky webbing. There is no doubt in my
Okay,
mind
this is the same thing.
are essential to the configuration of this alien machine. Well, you successfully turned the city into a giant pretzel. Now what?
If Serrano's right, I should be able to return to the first activation point to enter the final setting.
What happens then?
Hey, I work on spaceships,
Not
not
alien machines, right?
Alright. Well. Alright. I need to hopefully not run into any more creatures. I don't like that ominous sound. Sound like some sort of structure just opening and closing. Thought I hit it, but I guess I was too quick. Isaac.
There is a future for you, for all of us.
Leave me alone, Danik.
You can see them again, Isaac.
Shut up.
Everyone you've lost along the way. It's a future with no regrets.
I have no regrets, Danik. One way or another, this will all be over soon.
Isaac!
There you go, Isaac. Alright, cool. 2 rate of fire, 2 damage. Here we go. Craft items. Okay, so I got 48 of those left. 6 and 5. Okay. There we go. 150 rounds. I don't... Yeah, I can't go in there. Okay, so I just gotta go over here. I'll pick up whatever those are. Someone's really angry at their piano. Acid bath. Electrocution module. I don't care. Okay, I wish you could, like, scrap them. That would be, like, very helpful. But, I mean, hey. Woo, shit. Oh, fuck me. Oh, there it is. Ah, come on. Owie. Ouch. Whew. Alright. I do not like those fuckers. Oh, man. 'Cause I honestly don't know if there's any way to actually beat them. Other than, of course, like, you know, the typical, like, just, they just seem like bullet sponges, essentially. Great sources of, like, just depleting resources. Okay, so you can kill them. Ooh, alrighty. Well. Alright, as long as that thing doesn't stand back up to try and kill me, we good. Oh. Yep, okay, so we gotta go up the elevator. Actually, let me see something real quick. I think I've maxed out everything that I... Ooh, the elite suit. Legionary suit, Arctic, EVA suit, the elite suit. Frontline assault suit used by the 401st Division of the SCAF, designed with advanced survival and biophysical support technologies. Yes, please. As much as I love this suit is actually dope as hell. I want to see this one. Clean as fuck. Oh, hell yeah. And some like, this thing definitely gives me Splinter Cell vibes. Okay, yep, so I got all the hit points and armor. Energy, duration. I'm guessing because those things are so massive, they, that is the main reason why, um, uh, they're so, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Because they're so massive, that's the sole reason as to why the duration of, not kinesis, but, fuck, what's the word I'm looking for? Stasis. Those are, like, reduced significantly. Oh yeah. This gives me, like, severe fucking, what's it called? Splinter Cell vibes. Sam Fisher. But yeah, I mean, it's just as I thought. Those things are literal bullet sponges. Alrighty. I guess. Alright. I need to try and do that one. Yeah, because that's the one that lit up last time. I need to do this. So. And then I need to bring those. Lying. Oh. Alright, I'm guessing that. I don't like the sounds that I'm hearing. Danik.
I know you think you're doing the right thing, but you are wrong, Isaac. You have to let me turn off the machine.
No,
Reinforcement have arrived with a big surprise.
well, knowing you and your men. Oh shit, okay. It was dragging that guy around. Stay dead. I still have a shit ton of ammo, and actually I want to... I didn't even see what this upgrade chip was. 2 reload, 2 damage. Well, I mean, do I really need that? This thing, I can't really... Um... rate of fire. Um, 2 damage plus 1 rate of fire. This is 1 damage, 1 clip. I need to upgrade damage as much as possible. Reload and damage, yes. 2 damage plus 1 clip. Alright. Or wait, no. Rate of fire. 2 rate of fire minus 1 reload. That's fine. Da 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 da. 2 rate of fire minus 1 reload. Alright, cool. So. Yeah, we'll do. Yeah, clip, I don't need it maxed out like that. I just need damage. I need boosted, like, heavily. Boom. Fuck. Rate of fire then, maybe? Nope, because all those are fucking trash. No. 2 reload, 1 damage. Yeah, I'll do that. Two reload plus 1 rate of fire. Cool. Actually, you know what? I want to change something on this. Ba 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 da. Ooh, excuse me. Whew. Heavy standard frame, heavy elite flame. Yeah, flame frame. Okay. Okay. Elite heavy frame for two-handed weapons. Upper circuits 4, lower circuits 4. I already have a heavy standard frame. Weller's compact frame. Oh, wow. Yeah, that just, oh, ew, gross. Yeah, we'll do that. Yes. Um, uh, we'll do a um suspension field. Produces the burst fire submachine gun. Range near, accuracy high. Okay. Rail accelerator. Great. Creates a fully automatic rifle with deadly precision. Range mid, accuracy high. Um. Actually, you know what? Let's see. Precision tip. Sniper like precision. Yeah. Um. Yeah, we'll do that. Acid bath. Coats projectiles in acid that does damage over time. Flame glaze. Modifies projectiles to inflict minor fire damage. Damage support. Increases weapon damage for self and partner. Ooh, you don't say. Upgrade the circuit, so. Let's see. 2 reload, 2 damage. Yes, please. 2 reload, 1 damage. Rate of fire. Yeah, that's only dropping the reload by a little bit, so 2 damage plus 1 clip. Alright. 2 damage plus 1 rate of fire. Son of a whore. I don't need clip size to be increased. That's the only thing. Ah, fuck it. It's 2 damage. 2 reload, 1 rate of fire, and then... Okay, 2 damage plus minus 1 clip. Hell yeah, we'll do that. Just to kind of drop it back just a little bit. Keep... yeah, actually both the upper and lower tool are... like... attaching 1... full zoom scope. Prototype military scope for advanced long-range aiming. And then, what is this one? Health packs consumed by self, also heal partner. Okay, yeah, I don't really need that because I'm playing by myself. Increase clip size for self and partner. Meh. These items, okay, yeah, so... let's go to it. We'll do that. Because, yeah, like... got the ripcord, short range suspended blade tool. Survey charge. Seismic tool that fires explosive canisters. Yeah. I just needed to, like, kind of double check everything real quick. So, yeah. Alright, cool. This thing is beefed up to no end. Heavy elite bullpup rifle with galvanizer. And then, what is it? Compact elite planet cracker with rotator cuff module. Bruh. This thing... oh. Let's see. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. Oh, wow. Okay, cool. Studio. Alrighty, so... yep. Alright, time to... hello, friends. Sorry it took so long for me to fucking get up here.
You're alive! But how did you...
I escaped the delivery too. They caught me. They're gonna call you up and then... ah! Let go of me!
Shut up, heretic!
Ah!
I have the codex, Danik. If you want it, you have to find me.
No, I won't. You're heading to the machine. And when you get there, I'll be waiting.
I mean, I could just wait for these things to kill all of your men. Hold on. Let me kind of... I don't know why this thing is... I don't know why this thing is topping out so badly. Yeah, I really don't know why this thing is topping out so bad. I mean, well, I guess it kind of makes sense considering the fact that there's so much going on over here. All right, let's... Owie. I mean, your guys' RPGs are kind of dog shit, might I say. I'll take that, yoinkus. Don't think I really need to worry about this because, you know. Alright, I turned this down way too low. Alrighty.
Okay, now what? 3 receptacles, 3 statues, 3 markings. What's the final step?
Okay, so it looks like this is the main hub. So that one... Okay. So it's the small one, 2 upside down, and then get out of my way. Pathetic excuse for a barrier. Yeah, pathetic excuse of soldiers. God, your soldiers are pathetic, Danik. I mean, yeah, my aim ain't that great, but fuck me, bro. Da da. Alright, and Habuski? Oh, wait a minute. I didn't even fucking see that. Okay. Yeah, I didn't even see that that's what that one was. Oh wait, yeah, the last one's all the way down here. What am I doing? I am the big dumb. Oh man, you know what? I'm gonna try. So, the next time I get bombarded by those, uh, yeah, by Danik's goons, I'm going to grab one of those barricades and just fucking launch it at them.
All right, Carver. Another door just opened up. We gotta be close to the control center for the Codex. We've done everything else Serrano said to do. I'm heading in.
Hold on. I know, Doc, you wanna give me your wisdom.
Well, gone and busted my knee open. I suppose the Codex is in Mahad's hands by now, and this place is about to be buried, like everywhere else. I remember telling my college professor I wanted to study xenoarchaeology. He laughed right in my face. There's nothing to study, he said. It's all dead space. No alien life
He
exists.
said the thing.
In a way, I guess he was right. There is no life beyond our system. Only a trail of extinction
Extinction.
wrought by the moon. And now, it's right on our doorstep. Well, above us lies the means of turning off the machine, but also the means to complete it. Turning it off will finish our species. Completing it will save us. I had hoped to be here to witness the saving part. Would have been spectacular to witness the moon getting pulled into the planet and crushed to oblivion. A final act by the natives. A sacrifice to save us all. But now, I must rest. Perhaps Tim will be along soon with the Codex.
Hmm. I wonder. Who's... Is Tim supposed to be the, Does it come all the way down here with this one? Oh, yes, it does. Oh, son of a whore. Owie. Hold on, I'm gonna let this thing... Ooh, okay. So there's like gravity... Oh, okay, so, okay. Even though that's, like, super, like, it looks like you can fit through there, you can't.
Gone and busted my knee open.
Okay, good to know. Okay, so with that last one, I have to wait for that full space. You got it, Isaac. Ah! Come on, give me some time here. Alright, cool. All the way up here. Hold on 1 second, Carver. Okay.
Isaac, don't do it. Don't listen to him.
Give me the Codex and you can have her back.
No! Isaac, you know what's at stake.
Hey, everybody calm down, okay? Danik?
Give me the Codex or I will kill her! No!
Isaac, what are you doing? You got a second chance. If he turns off the machine, we're all dead. Her? Us? Everyone.
Don't let it all go dark, Isaac. There's more than one kind of right.
There's the final boss.
I've finally done it! The darkness is at an end. Let the evolution begin!
Fuck. Go.
When I finish this, it's all going down. Everything. You have to go.
No! You two get out of here. Go back to Earth space. Tell them what we found. I'm staying. That's all I got left.
You can't stop it, Carver. Not without me. I'm the marker killer, remember?
Isaac.
I turned my back on the world because I was afraid of what needed to be done. Ellie, I'm not afraid anymore. There's a shuttle over there. I want you to take it and head for home.
There we go. Isaac got the boo back.
For me. We both know I'm not going home. Go!
Come on, Isaac.
Damn, this whole thing's coming apart behind us!
Just gonna run for it. Alright, I guess we go down now. That was a surefire straight shot right to the heart. Oh, yippee. Okay, so go through here. Yeah, because of its sheer size, it doesn't, like, I just gotta keep running. I am going to fucking make my ass deaf. Come on. Woo! Alright, Isaac, come on. Fuck it, just gonna run for it now. Alright, just keep going. Oh shit. Oh, I gotta go this way now. Okay. Hold on. Give me 1 second. No wait. This one. 2 damage, 2 reload. Alright. Alright. I just got me a handful more fucking ammo. Owie. Ow. Oh, you're really attractive, dog.
We gotta kill that thing? There's not enough ammo in the world!
Then we'll have to make some up. Look, there's markers floating all around me. I can use this TK charging plate and throw them as weapons.
That's a wee bit wowed. Alright, 1 eye down. Come on, show me your other eyes. You know you want to.
It's pulling you in! Keep the tentacles off before it eats you!
Son of a bitch!
You're gonna show me your other eye? Hell yeah. Dog.
Carver! Carver! Just hang on! I'm gonna have to pull you!
Alright.
So this is it, huh? We use that codex. No more bullshit. We die here? No. But Earth gets it tomorrow.
I need some water. I'll be right back. Oh, wow. A little over an hour. Just like. Quick little pit stop. Had to get some water real quick. Especially since, yeah, I've been drinking way more water than I used to, so.
Isaac? Isaac? Are you there? Carver? Isaac? You're gone, aren't you? The mark signal. It's gone too. Isaac, you did it. You really did it.
Earth space coordinates confirmed. Shock drive enabled. Standing by.
Kinda right. That's Isaac Clarke. Man. I mean, it makes sense though that that would be how that ends. Hmm. I'm trying to wrap my head around everything. I don't know. Like, gross. So, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about the ending. Like, Cause yeah, like so. God damn, yeah. I'm having a hard time really wrapping my head around like how I truly feel about this. Cause it's like you, the final. I guess the final boss. I don't really feel like it was the like super climactic, but it fit for everything that happened in that entire sequence. There is always like they have to make it to where the boss has a weak point. Um, and it makes sense that I mean you use its own weapons against it, and I wish that it didn't end the way that it did because it's like everything that happened between Dead Space 2 and 3 where Isaac and Ellie had a thing and the only thing that like the thing that stopped. Oh shit, Steve Blum is in this? Where I wonder who I wonder what his role was in this. I'll have to do some research. Steve Blum is like an icon in voice acting. But yeah, like I wish that Ellie did the same thing that she did in what was it, Dead Space 2, right? I think it was Dead Space 2. Yeah, it was Dead Space 2 because Dead Space 1 we got on a ship and left. And we met Ellie in Dead Space 2. Okay, yeah. Now everything's coming back together. But yeah, so like you have everything that happened in Dead Space 2 that helped Isaac move on from his wife or girlfriend. I still am confused about how like everything between him and the woman he was with prior to Dead Space 1, which I forget her name. But we meet Ellie in Dead Space 2. And then everything that led up to her saving us, like her coming back and saving us at the end of Dead Space 2. And then between Dead Space and 2, they had a thing. And then there was a falling out between the two of them. She left him because I forget exactly what he said. But it was clear that he was concerned that he wanted to shut everything out. He wanted nothing to do with the markers after everything that happened in Dead Space 2 and finding out that he is the one that was helping them create the markers on Earth. All the markers on Earth were man-made. He was essentially helping to decode how to decode all the texts of how to build them. So all of that, and then at the end of Dead Space 3, he tells her not to come back for him. Or, well, not come back for him and Carver. Because, I mean, we all, everyone knows that if he didn't say anything, she would have tried to find some way to come back and, save him and Carver. Carver was dead set on the fact of, he was fine with dying there because, I mean, everything that he did towards his family, estranged his son, and I forget exactly what he said that he had done to his wife. But like he like they I mean he knew that his family was dead. After everything that happened on Earth with the markers. Um, so yeah, there's that. So he was completely fine with dying on that planet. Um, although, like, because there wasn't that whole, like, there wasn't the whole thing of you needed to know the symbols or anything on the codex. Like, there wasn't anything on the codex that indicated, like, oh, hey, yeah, you need to know what these, like, these are the marker symbols to shut off the system. At least it didn't look like it. It looked like literally it was just turn the codex and keep the machine on. Um Now, if they had added a sequence at the end of it to where like it shows Isaac putting in the correct symbols, like they're indicating that there was a code on the actual codex to essentially like reactivate it and or yeah, reactivate the machine, then that would definitely like that would help indicate like okay, yeah, Isaac was essential. Except there wasn't because you're getting those codes inputted into the codex with every interaction of those like essentially every interaction where you had to input the codex into the machine itself, like on the different levels. Yeah. Uh, yeah. There's there's a lot to unpack into this because like it's I get it. They had to write off Isaac because they knew that the story was going to end with 3 with how it was written out and everything. They had to end it somehow. And who is the key component throughout all of this? Isaac. They have to write him off. And so yeah, like I don't know. It's a great series. No doubt about it. I think as far as like a mixture of horror ambiance and action, Dead Space did it better than oh. Huh? So you're telling okay. Never mind. Scratch that. He is still alive. But where? Is he still on that planet? The only thing that kind of... Okay. So they didn't entirely write him off. It was just a matter of making it seem like they were writing him off, or that he was dying. Especially since all, like, it doesn't make, okay. That part doesn't make sense. So they're... Wait, no. The machine was on the planet itself. Yet the moon was what was pulling the machine up. Or, well, the creature in the moon was what was pulling the machine up. The real question is now that, like, first off, how is he alive? Because the fact that he, or the fact that his comms come in and it's him like calling out to Ellie indicate that, one, atmosphere on this planet must work completely differently than what like Earth's atmosphere, because once you get past a certain level of the atmosphere, I want to say it's the stratosphere, as your body is essentially free falling, you start to run the risk of overheating. Like, your body essentially becomes a comet at that point. He doesn't have a helmet on at the end of it. When we face up against that monster and essentially kill it and then bring back the Codex, like bring the Codex back towards us with Carver on that platform, he removes his helmet because it was already malfunctioning after that door detonated. Oh man. Okay, yeah. Now it's starting to make sense that if they have been planning on continuing Dead Space and creating a Dead Space 4, I mean, the fact that they remastered Dead Space 1 means that they're still working on it. It shows us that they're still working on it. This game came out in, what was it, 2012, 2013? Hold on. We'll... Yeah, exit the game. And we can go ahead and... Yeah, we'll go ahead and start that over. I'll bring my ugly mug back into full frame here. So, okay. Yeah, February 5th, 2013 is when this game came out. Now, so it's been, yeah, it's been 11 years since they released Dead Space 3. The fact that, let's see, hold on. Let me pull up. Hold on, not that button. Dead Space. Okay, the remake. Yes, view page. Okay, yeah, this was literally last year, January 27th. So, the fact that they, after 10 years, they finally remastered Dead Space 1 and sent it out shows that they I'm guessing now they're getting back to working on Dead Space. Is that true? I don't know. Makes me now, yeah, that makes me really want to really look this up now. Let's see here. Dead Space 4, there it is. It's never been absolutely confirmed by EA, but it's generally accepted that Dead Space 4 did not happen at the time for that reason. But with the Dead Space remake essentially kicking off a new trilogy, it's possible that after potentially remaking Dead Space 3, EA will continue on to make Dead Space 4. Okay. They would consider. Oh. Okay. Where is the answer that I saw on here? Hold on. Okay, yeah, so this person put to the question, is there going to, like, is Dead Space 4 coming out? And this was 2 years ago now. No, creatives from Visual Games did mention that they would consider making a Dead Space 4 after making that open world adventure Star Wars game that they were working on, but then the game got canceled and Visual got shut down. Oh. Gotcha. EA likes to ruin shit. We won't be getting it. There is that remake, but I've always thought remakes were the easy way out since the story is already written. Yeah, okay, that makes sense now. Damn. So that's why we never got a Dead Space 4. Visceral Games, the studio that essentially helped create Dead Space, because now the developer is Motive. Whereas, yeah, so Visceral Games, which was the developers for Dead Space, they got shut down. So Motive, if Dead Space 4 was to happen, with carrying on, or with doing the remakes of Dead Space 1, 2, and 3, if they did do 2 and 3, which I don't know if they will, considering, I mean, I don't know. It is possible. If they remake it, like if they are dead set on remaking Dead Spaces 2 and 3, or just remaking the trilogy in its entirety, because they've already remade 1, might as well go balls to the wall and say screw it and make Dead Spaces 2 and 3, so that, like, 1, they've got the story. The only question is, who do they, like, do they at least have the writer from Visual Games? Because that is key. If they don't have the writer, like, as far as, like, the story right, as well as, trying to think, I can't remember who else they really would need in order to carry on the story. Definitely the story, right? That is, like, definitely key. Because you can go through and remake all 3 games, but if you don't have the story right, you're screwed. You can't remake it. Like, the story's just not gonna be the same. It's like it's not gonna have the same impact, at least. There's definitely going to be some like loopholes, or not loopholes, plot holes, or there's just gonna be issues within the story. You'll definitely be able to easily tell the difference. Like, oh, this is a different story, right? Because, like the one guy said on that Reddit, remakes are the easy way out. Because you have the game, you literally just have to, like, essentially, like, recode it for the new, well, you might not have to do a whole lot of coding, but you would have to upgrade the engines. So essentially, taking all of the assets, everything within the original game, and import it into the new engine that is up to date with graphics. That is literally the only way that you can do that. Otherwise, like, well, yeah, no, that is, like, that's all that goes into it, really. The story stays the same. Like, there is no changes in the story. It's literally just copy paste into a new engine, and this engine is up to date with graphics. So it's essentially just a cop out. And it's EA's way of saying, "Oh yeah, we can just bring this back and make money off of it," considering the fact that Star Wars Battlefront 2, yeah, they shit the bed hard with that one. Yeah. Yeah. I definitely don't see a Dead Space 4 happening. As much as I want it, unless they have the story right from the original 3, they won't be able to like carry on the story. It won't have the same effect whatsoever. But I mean, it is true what that one Redditor said, where EA just loves to ruin shit. They ruined Star Wars Battlefront badly too. With Battlefront 2. And yeah. The main reason why Dead Space was never ruined was because Visceral Games was a developer. They were not, like, EA only had publishing rights essentially for that game. They had no say in the overall developing process for the game. Whereas EA was the sole developer and publisher for Battlefront. I'm almost certain. I'm probably dead wrong, but with the Star Wars games, they had a lot more say. They had a lot more authority in it. And that's why so many of the Star Wars games, other than, I think, Last Survivor was it's a pretty mid game. Like, graphics wise, it looks great, but I mean, yeah, it didn't have as much of an impact as a lot of the past Star Wars games. Like Fallen Order had a much higher review rating and all that kind of stuff. And I mean, hell, another sequel to look at, because I didn't even know that EA had a foot in the door on this one. Mass Effect. Mass Effects 1 and 2, from what I've heard, are fantastic games. 3 was kind of mid, and then Andromeda came out, and that was ass. But, yeah. And, I mean, Battlefield Revolution 5, and I'm trying to remember the other ones. I know Battlefield 4 was alright, Battlefield 3 was great. Battlefield 3, out of all the Battlefields, is really the only one that I actually enjoyed. Granted, I didn't really play a whole lot of, like, Bad Company and Bad Company 2, which I wish I had. At least Bad Company 2, because I've heard Bad Company 2 is fantastic. But, yeah. Yeah. Battlefield 1 is trash. Yeah. I don't know. I'm definitely not gonna get my hopes up for a Dead Space 4. If it comes out, I'll check it out. But I'm definitely not gonna get my hopes up for it to have the same impact that the story for the first 3. Yeah, like, I'm not gonna get my hopes up that it's gonna have the same impact as Dead Space 1, 2, and 3. I'm just not. Because that would just be stupid at this point. That is another thing that I noticed too with this with Dead Space 3, and I noticed it in Dead Space 2 as well. They made upgrading your air capacity for like zero gravity and yeah, like when you're in zero gravity, or well, no, not so much. I can't remember. Actually, no. Was it zero gravity? It might be zero gravity too. I'm just like, I just can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, like overall, like either way, your air capacity increases. Dead Space 2, it wasn't a drastic increase in air capacity for like starting air capacity, whereas like Dead Space 1, that was actually pretty critical. You needed, like, it was wise to increase the air capacity at least 2 or 3 times, max 3 times, just to have that like comfortable spot of like, okay, cool, like I've got enough to be able to like go long distances and still have some wiggle room in my oxygen capacity. But Dead Space 3, it, like, I didn't upgrade that once because there was no need. Actually, no. I take it back. I did upgrade it once. But starting oxygen capacity was fucking 200 seconds. Granted, there was a lot more time you spent in space, so it makes a lot of sense. They're not gonna throw you into space early on in the game without having a chance to upgrade it, and just leave you to fend for yourself. However, it literally made the oxygen tanks null and void. There was no point in having, like, when you were going through and getting the parts for the for that backup ship to go to the Marker home planet, or well, Marker home planet or whatever, yeah, like there were so many oxygen tanks. I think I used maybe 4 of them just to be on the safe side, just because I was like, oh, I'm getting close to 100 seconds of oxygen. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. With this game, they threw some more creatures into it, which I'm glad. It showed it showed that there was a much more vast dichotomy of the necromorphs, but like, oh, my eye itched. Yeah, I mean, if you beefed up the plasma cutter, you were cutting through shit like Swiss cheese. Like, the standard necromorphs, I was cutting through them with 2 shots, 3 tops, and then the black, I guess I don't know what it was. It looks like oil was like just they were just dunked in oil. But the black necromorphs, like their defense was higher, so it added that stress factor of like, oh shit, I'm like chewing through ammo just to kill one of these. Um, I think the more like probably really the only most like the only horrifying part was when you're going through the daycare and you had the toddlers that had been like become necromorphs. I think those were really the only ones that like that was really the only time that it was like, I don't like this at all. And then the rest of the game, like there was really no stress factor until after you got all of the Rosetta parts. And you encounter the like more than halfway through the game, you're finally encountering the necromorphs that run at much higher speeds, and they're like, yeah, they act like a Miami person cracked out of their fucking minds, um, and on a like hardcore fucking speed bender, and they like, I don't know, they did a lot in this game. Like the story was entertaining. Um, it gave us a chance to get like it gave Isaac a chance to get back with Ellie or reunite with Ellie. Was it under the best circumstances? No, but I mean, we did hear that audio playback of Ellie saying, "I'm moving on." Like I can't help you. You won't let me help you. I I need to move on for me. And there was a lot that went on between the two of them clearly. But all the way through dealing with Norton, finding out he betrayed us and that's how Danik found us. Killing him, thank God, because God he was annoying as all hell. Yeah. I don't know. There is a lot to unpack with this one. Um I don't know exactly how to word how I truly feel. Granted, I don't have all my thoughts together on how I truly feel about this game. Out of all three, I think this one fell short compared to the other two, ultimately. This one was all action. There was really like I said, just that daycare sequence of like, really the school, like the school and daycare segment of the ship. Like just after we reunite with Ellie. Yeah, that part is really the only horrifying part of it. The rest of it is action. You would think that after Danik Root like activated the markers on Earth, that would create necromorphs. We didn't encounter that many necromorphs. Like, it did create... Oh, wait, no. Never mind. I take that back. We did encounter a shit ton of necromorphs. And I will say that that was actually the key indicator of, like, hey, you, like, keep the plasma cutter, but you need to upgrade it. That it's going to be a key factor of, like, if you upgrade it, it will be an unstoppable force to be reckoned with. And it was. Like, it makes me wish, like, both this game and Dead Space 2 made me regret getting rid of the plasma cutter in Dead Space 1 and just relying solely on the pulse rifle, because the pulse rifle was full auto. However, that thing did no damage whatsoever compared to the plasma cutter. That thing, it was almost like that thing was firing fucking BBs compared to, like, when it should have been firing actual bullets. But, I mean, yeah. Yeah, that definitely, like, solidified, like, you should have kept the fucking plasma cutter in Dead Space 1, because the game probably would have been a whole lot fucking easier. I am glad that they went in Dead Space 3. I am glad that they went with a different upgrade mechanic, with different upgrade chips throughout the game, because relying solely on, what do they call them? Not plasma cores. Oh, I forget what the hell they call them now. Power nodes. Especially when power nodes were so far and in between. Like, you would only get them from the armored necromorphs, or in those, like, those wall cases that look like... The wall cases that look like you would see, like, break in case of emergency. Like, the small blue ones. Yeah. Because of how so far and in between those power nodes were, it made upgrading in Dead Space 1 and 2 more of a hassle. However, it can also be said that because the power nodes were so far and in between, you weren't able to upgrade your weapon super fast and make it like the typical I stayed on, like, I did side missions, and now I did nothing but side missions to level up, and now I am overpowered as all hell. Now in Dead Space 3, you didn't really do a whole lot of, like, with the with the upgrade chips, it did not make it to where like you were an unstoppable force to be reckoned with. No. It helped level the playing field a lot faster. Because like once we got to the home world for the necromorphs and or at least what they were calling the marker home world, because of how many necromorphs there were, like you needed that big time. You needed those upgrades, and you needed them like yesterday, because so like those necromorphs, like you saw like numerous times with me, you saw that those necromorphs quickly can overwhelm the fuck out of you, especially those little ones where one shot to the head and they're dead. They're the only ones that headshots could kill. But those things, because of how nimble and small they are, there is a vast number of them, and they can overwhelm you really quickly. You back yourself into a corner, you're screwed. One of them's gonna get on you, and luckily when one of them gets you in that sequence of like latching onto you and trying to like kill you that way, none of the other ones, it didn't seem like the other ones were able to continue like adding on, like stacking the damage on top of that one that is latched onto you. I did like that they brought back the invincible necromorph from Dead Space 2, and essentially like it showed you like, hey, this is still here. However, once you left that ship, you never saw it again. That definitely would have added more stress throughout the rest of the game. However, I get why they did it, because since they had it in, they had to add that little bit of stress, because I mean at that time there weren't a whole lot of like super powerful necromorphs, so they're like, oh hey, yeah, this one's still alive. Remember this one from Dead Space 2 that you only froze, you didn't kill it? Granted, there was no way to kill it. It didn't matter if it was frozen. It was going to regenerate those arms or the limbs once it thawed out. So, yeah, I'm glad that they brought that back, especially for that sequence of going through, getting the backup transport ship, and like getting all the parts for that and helping get it back up and running so that way it could get to the ship. Because like it helped, like when you were trying to get the tram back, once you got all the trash out of the way, or all the blockage out of the way off the tracks, like it helped. Like it was cool that they brought that back, because it added the stress of like, hey, you need to get back to the friggin' tram car so that way you can like move on. Of course, after that you don't see it ever again, which is unfortunate. It would have been cool if that thing was just there with you from well, you did see it in the midsection after you left the force section. Wait, did I? Yeah, we did. That's right. I remember now. Wait, no. Yeah, no, we didn't see it in the freaking midsection, because in the midsection, all we were dealing with was the conning tower, everything with the conning tower, and getting the supplies from there, and then going to the aft section of that ship to get the transport ship and get it delivered to, yeah, the rest of the crew, so that way it could be rebuilt and like finish up the repairs that we were able to do. And yeah, um, yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of mixed thoughts on this game. Yeah, I mean, and a lot of everything going on, like everything that happened on the Marker homeworld is still a little muddled for me because of everything with that one cliff face that yeah. This game definitely made it obvious, like at least that section made it painfully obvious that timing was everything. Um it also made it frustrating that even though you used stasis on something, it could still fucking kill you. Whether it be pieces falling off the cliff face or that fucking elevator or yeah, the wench, yeah, the elevator thing. Or the gear that we had to slow down in order to get through when climbing that wall. But yeah. Honestly, I feel like okay, hey, you use stasis on this thing, it's just blocking your way. Okay. So now you have to wait for it to continue going. But yeah. That I feel like they could have done better on. They could have done something different with it instead of making it an absolute nuisance. I wouldn't be surprised if that cliff face is responsible for a vast majority of the deaths of everyone that played it. But yeah. Yeah, we'll go ahead and just wrap things up here. Yeah. I got as much of my final thoughts out on this game. Yeah, I got as much of my final thoughts as I could like properly formulate out there. Overall, it is a good series. I like the story. I wish they had done just a little bit more with horror. Because yeah, I mean Dead Space 2 had its horror moments. Not as much. Um Dead Space 1 had some horror to it. I guess me personally, it might just be because one, I've got the light in front of me, not to mention it just doesn't have that same impact as what it probably would have had I played it when it first came out. Granted, at that time, there was no way in hell my parents were gonna let me play that game. But yeah. For what they were going for on or with this game, where it was like, okay, cool, we're gonna focus on more so the action within the story. Like we're gonna like we want to have like we want there to be a good amount of horror, but we also want there to be a lot of action. Just to help keep the players on their toes. I'm just getting rid of this EA app. I don't want that shit on my fucking... I don't want anything else EA on my PC. Hard pass. get. Good, that is uninstalled. But yeah. So I'm gonna wrap things up here for tonight. Yeah. Thank you everyone that went on this journey through the Dead Space trilogy with me. Thank you everyone that checks out the VOD in the future. I greatly appreciate it. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. And yeah, I mean, it's completely up to you, but it does greatly help my channel. And it's the easiest way to support my channel. And if you are new here and you have some games that you want to see me do full playthroughs of, let me know in the comments. Comment below other games that you want to see me play, as well as like, hey, like any advice that you guys have as far as improving my stream, or like just any advice you guys have on streaming itself. I used to stream on Twitch. I mean, I just, the way things have been going with Twitch, I don't want to associate with them. But yeah, I just figured with the way that Twitch is set up, with like as far as how they recommend people to streams or to other people's streams, yeah, God, what was I trying to say? The way Twitch's algorithm is set up is they're going to promote all the streamers that they have contracts with, which makes it very difficult for anyone that has, like, anyone that's new to streaming. It makes it even difficult for some of the affiliates. I mean, I get it. It's like, if you work your ass off to the point of being able to make affiliate, then okay, cool. Then working your way up from affiliate to what's it called, getting a contract with Twitch, which I forget what that's, yeah, I forget what that one is. Yeah, the whole process is a grind, to say the least. I know that there are a lot of other methods to help improve getting, like, help get more people on, like, to see my channel, and that's making videos. And I need to step out of my comfort zone and learn how to I need to learn how to do some editing. I know I need to do that so that way I can get more comfortable with making videos and making more content for people to see, instead of just relying solely on streaming, especially with my stream schedule. I mean, it's the stream schedule that works best for me with work. And I mean, I can't afford to go full-time on YouTube just yet. But I mean, as soon as I can go full-time on YouTube, then great. I mean, hell yeah. And yeah. So it's just a matter of, like, I'm going to keep this grind going, especially with streaming. And learning how to edit videos, but it is just one step at a time for me. So I hope anyone that's new, anyone that stumbles across my channel and is new to it, please be patient. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I've been making some small upgrades here and there to my my overall streaming setup, getting a mixer, getting a ground loop interface to where it's like, okay, cool, or a ground loop isolator, so that way it's like, okay, cool. It doesn't, like, my mic doesn't sound like ass. Like, it's no, like, I've learned how to add noise gate and gain and all that stuff, so where it's like, okay, cool. Now my mic definitely doesn't sound terrible. It doesn't sound like I can hear my damn AC system running the entire time. So, yeah, any advice that that anyone has for my channel, leave it in the comments. I'll be sure to check it out. Yeah. So, I thank you all for your support, and I hope that you will continue to support me throughout this endeavor. I'm not gonna stick strictly to horror games. I love playing the horror games, but I do want to also, like, over time, throw in some more like goofy games and whatnot, so that way it's like, okay, like, just kind of get more more acclimated and just get more content. That's overall, like, that's the key goal here. But yeah, so I've rambled enough. Yeah, anyone that stays tuned through all this rambling of mine, thank you. And yeah, I will be back tomorrow. I'm not sure exactly when I will be live tomorrow, because I'm going to be helping a former coworker of mine do HVAC installs, or essentially swap out and tear out of a full system, like a double system and ductwork and all that stuff, and help do all that tomorrow and possibly Sunday. The goal is to try and get it all done tomorrow. And we have at least 4 people. So, yeah. Not sure exactly how long that's gonna take. But yeah, I gotta get up there early to the job site, and yeah, and then we'll just hit the ground running and knock everything out. And yeah, freaking try and knock everything out as fast as possible. While also being, like, just accurate, because we don't want to take up the customers too much of the customer's time. So we want to make sure, like, okay, cool, if anything, we, like, hopefully we don't have to go back a second day, but if we do, then it's like, okay, cool, we can, it's just a couple minor things. But yeah, so yeah, but I will still stream tomorrow. I'm just not sure when I'm gonna start. So yeah, that's gonna wrap things up for me. So until tomorrow, I'll see you guys later.